Pause.
So yo, I guess the next thing we can talk about is whether or not you guys are in favor of the playing game. I'll start. I think last year I was in favor of the playing game because it was just a new dynamic that was introduced. But like I don't think it was necessary. Like I don't think it was necessary for this year, especially considering that you know that you're gonna have a condensed season. COVID was gonna be a factor. There's a lot of things going on. I just didn't think this was the best time to implement a new element into the game, for lack of a better word. You could have left that out for when things get back to normal and slowly introduce it, right? Because now people are getting pissed off. Like I know Mark Cuban came on and said, like, if I'm in the seventh seed, why can't I just mind my business? Why'd I have to worry about a playing game, So, but granted, he's saying that probably because his team is in the
Win a
seventh.
game.
It's not that simple though.
Yeah,
It's not that simple.
yeah. All right, all right.
Win a
Man, just
game.
follow me on this one, right? So you grind 72 games, and establish yourself as a seventh seed per se. Let's say you're 10 games out the into the team in ninth is 10 games behind you. So you're firmly entrenched in that playoff seed, right? Now, if you lose 2 games, your season's over. But had you lost those 2 games, had you lost 5 regular season games, you still would have been in the playoffs, right? It's unfair, but you knew the rules. Win the games. It's not man didn't just throw this wrinkle in game 60. Last year, it's a different story because when did they throw it in? Like game what? Around game 60, when they came back from the bubble, Mans had already played 50 something odd games, and he said, "All right,
Mm.
play in this playing tournament." Nah, you knew the rules going in. Win games. It's that simple. You know the
Fam,
rules.
they've been discussing it for so long
You
now.
know,
It's not even
nah,
like it just got introduced last year
nah,
either.
nah,
Like man's been
nah.
knowing
But
about
it's
this.
still. I don't think that makes a difference. But my very the way I look back at it is unfair. But you knew the rules. You're playing the game. You're playing an unfair game. So now win. It's that simple. Because if Mark Cuban was in 10th, we wouldn't hear him right now. I promise you that.
You wouldn't.
So
And
so
that's
win the
fam,
game.
that's my issue. That's my issue because when the season started, and I remember when this year started, and they were talking about the playing tournament every single game. Some new things that's happening around the league. The playing tournament. I wasn't hearing anything, fam. I wasn't hearing any qualms, bro. You know why? Because all mans at that time were optimistic, saying that either we're going to be able to have the playing tournament, or we're going to be above the slots of the
No one
playing
saw
tournament.
themselves as a
We're going to
loser
be
still.
better than the playing tournament. I ain't hearing no qualms. Now we're approaching the end of the year, and I'm hearing Luka talking about I don't want to play in no playing tournament. Nigga, then you should have been better, fam. Why are you below the
Be better. You
Trailblazers then?
still have a chance.
Why?
Be better.
Why are you below the Trailblazers, fam? You're supposed to be MVP contender this year. Why is that? Draymond's talking about he doesn't care about no playing tournament. Well, your bum ass is gonna be in there because you can't provide no help, fam. You're not providing Steph Curry with no help, fam. Like I don't understand these guys. I just don't understand it. Before mans like Draymond Green are complimentary of the playing tournament because without it, he would have no chance of making
Yo,
the
I rate that though,
playoffs.
because at least that's
Listen
objective.
to
At
him.
least that's an objective opinion. So I rate that personally. If
Nah,
it benefits you and
nah.
you can still say, "Yo, this is stupid," I can rate that. As opposed to a man like Luka um, who isn't benefiting and then saying it's stupid. For me, I personally think the playing tournament is stupid. Don't get me wrong. This shit is dumb. The idea that 72 games can get wiped out by 1 game or 2 games, I find it stupid. Regardless of your positioning, because last year in the playing tournament for the bubble, you have to be within a certain range of games to qualify.
7 games.
Right? This year it doesn't matter, and that's foolishness. So
That's my only issue
that's why I
with it
think
Yeah,
it's
too.
same.
My only issue is that yeah, my only issue is that for no two issues that the length of playing and the fact that 7 has to play 8. And then the loser of that now has to go and play another game where the ninth place team, if the ninth place team beats the 10th place team, the ninth place team could be pretty good, fam. And now me as a seventh team, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I see where it's unfair. Because for example, if Dallas is in seventh, Dallas loses against whoever is in eighth, and now they have to go play Steph Curry, and Steph Curry goes for 50, and now Dallas is going home. That is crazy. That's honestly crazy.
Yeah, I think they should introduce the numbers. Like, I think there should be a specific amount of games that if you're over it, or the team behind you is behind by a certain amount of games, you should just leave me alone. Like I understand it for the East because the East is mumble jumbled from like 4 to 10. Like I understand where it comes into play there because it can really be exciting. But a team in like Dallas that could be all 8 games ahead of the Spurs in ninth or 10, why the hell are you guys bothering me? Like I did my job, I did my work. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But are they that far ahead right now?
Let me
Yo,
pull it up.
Dallas is well in the playoffs still. Well, I'm not. I'll let
Let
Robs
me
look it up,
search
but
it.
Dallas is winning. So for me, it's just like, yo, if I work 72, I can't be defined by 2. But to Chris, what you're saying, I actually like that format still. I think I like it better than the last one because 8 gets a chance to move up to 7, and 9 and 10 get a chance to move in. 7th has to lose twice, and you're gonna have home court advantage in both games, right? So I think that's important.
Yeah, home court in
Yeah,
both
so it's
games.
like
They're close though. They're
I
close.
don't mind it. Like I don't mind
You're not far ahead like that still.
I don't mind that the format of the plan. I just don't think it's fair. So I think it's unfair without looking at any sort of games, like any sort of record. Like the record doesn't matter. But to be fair, again, to be the 10th seed to win 2 games isn't easy, right?
True.
But if say a man like Luka gets injured, all of a sudden your playoff hopes are dead off of those 2 games. To be
Yeah, but
to
they would
be
have been
fair, he
dead
would have been
anyways.
dead in the playoffs anyways if he was injured. But
Yeah, like they would have
But
been dead
obviously,
anyways
making the
still.
playoffs is a big difference from not making the playoffs for a lot of teams still. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I have no doubt it will be entertaining. We know that for sure because they basically guaranteed where there's going to be a game that someone is playing to get into the playoffs. It's not like you're going to get a chance. Someone is. One of those teams outside are going to get a chance. So it's definitely going to be entertaining. It's just not fair. But again, if I look at the teams, you knew what it was when you signed up.
True.
Right now, Dallas is only 3 games ahead of 11 or of 10th
Oh,
right
that's
now.
light then.
So that's
Yeah, that's okay.
that
That's within
you
range
deserve
still.
to be in the
That's
playoffs.
within
You deserve to be in the play-in. I
that's
mean,
within range.
like you set yourself up to be there still. And I'm looking at thing like there's no reason why Portland is ahead of you. Like I just don't get
Portland's
it.
a better
I
team
don't
though.
get
Let's
it.
be honest, man. Like
All
Portland is
right,
a
fine.
better team, man. Come on. Dallas is going out there with no name talent.
Yo,
Like 3 of their
Are they?
starters are complete garbage. Are like seventh, eighth mans on any other team.
bro, Maxi
Are
Kleber
they
is not
really?
getting minutes on any NBA roster. I promise you.
Maxi Kleber plays defense, and he hits
What about
shots.
Dorian Finney-Smith?
He's getting playing time. Dorian Finney-Smith is an engine. He's a workhorse. He's just a three to clog up the minutes. Fam, that's valuable. Just a three that's not going to hurt you. Just to play
Is
minutes,
that
play 30
benefiting you
plus
though?
minutes a night.
That's the question.
It's not hurting
But that's
you.
not helping you either. And
It's not
Luka needs
hurting you
help.
either. Fam, if it's not hurting you, it's
Nah, it's
helping
definitely that's help.
because to just slot a three in, to just go out there and not make mistakes,
Nah,
play hard defense, grab
nah.
boards, hit a one two
So
three.
Tony
Come on,
Snell is helping you
don't
then. That's what you're
disrespect.
telling me.
Don't
That sounds like Tony Snell.
you go look up Tony Snell's numbers and tell me if they match up with Dorian
Fam, at
Finney-Smith in
any
any
point
in any
in
respect.
Tony
Like
Snell's career, that's
just
exactly what he
behave
was
yourself.
doing.
Fam. Come on, relax. What are you talking about?
What are
What are you
you
talking
talking
about?
about?
Jokes aside, Tony Snell is nothing. Tony Snell isn't close to
You
what
just
Dorian
told me a
Finney-Smith
man
is
that
doing.
could
Bro.
stand at the three
All
and
jokes
soak up
aside,
minutes is valuable. Tony Snell went out there for 30 minutes and didn't
I
put
said
up
a
the
man that's
stats.
out there who's not hurting you, who is out there not hurting you, grabbing boards, playing defense, hitting his occasional shots. I'm pretty sure Dorian might be hitting like 3 pointers a
I'm pulling
game.
this up right now. I'm done with talk.
Like, what are we doing
I
right
didn't know
now?
mans were keeping for Dorian Finney-Smith.
Fam, I'm not caping, but I'm telling you, a man that's not hurting you is a man that is
Fam, a
ultimately
man that's not
helping you.
hurting
That's
you
just fact.
is Mikal Bridges. That's actually helping you as well. That's the difference. He doesn't commit a turnover a game and he doesn't shoot bad from anywhere on the floor. That's helping you and not hurting you at the same time. You just being out there for cardio is not helping anybody.
But he's not out there for cardio. He's at 1.8 threes a game. Like, what are we talking about?
Fam, that's blessed.
Yo,
That's cool.
man's
I'm not caping
All
for
right,
him.
I know it's
I'm
blessed.
not caping
I
for
know
him.
the
it's
man's out
blessed.
there working up
I
his
know
sweat
it's blessed.
still.
Fam, I know it's blessed. You don't have to tell me it's blessed. I know it's
9 and
blessed.
Man's out
6
there
is
working
blessed,
up his
alright?
sweat.
I know it's blessed, fam. You don't have to tell me that. I know it.
Out there working
Alright,
up
yo.
his sweat.
Just hide the S on your chest, fam. Yo. Yo. Yeah, that definitely ain't it. But yeah, I get what you guys are saying. Still, there should still be a games limit or a games margin that they should have implemented to prevent teams that are well entrenched in the playoffs from having to deal with this nonsense. But Dallas is definitely not that position. So if I was Luka, you just better pull up your pants because it's time to actually show up. There's nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah. I
Um,
don't fuck with mans that
I think
That's all it
don't
comes down
rate
to
it when
still.
it affects them. Still, I fuck with mans that'll come out and say, "Yo, this is stupid," whether or not it benefits me. Still, if you're a man that's being slighted by it and then you want to complain, I don't really hear you. Because if you were in 10th, way different tune.
facts, facts. But it's about time for us to take our first break. We're gonna come back and get into a popular discussion. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after this quick break.